We'll move on to number 2, COVID-19 discussion.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So this is our normal update related to COVID-19. So here's the latest county monitoring data as of yesterday, August 17th. And so what you can see is based upon the criteria of elevated disease transmission, where the threshold is a case rate of greater than 100. Sutter County is currently at 227 people per 100,000. That's over a 14-day average. In terms of the testing positivity over a 7-day average, we're at 8.8. And so based upon that criteria, we will continue to be on the county monitoring data. And then also here are the numbers for Yuba County as well. As of August 17th, there are currently 1,157 cases in Sutter County, 7 deceased. And then currently right now, there are 17 Sutter County residents hospitalized. If you look at the source of the infection, again, you can see that a big majority is related to contact with known cases, with the big majority of that related to friends, family, or roommates. And I think an interesting point that Dr. Liu made at our weekly conference last Wednesday is that, when we think of social gatherings, we're thinking of these large gatherings. But in fact, it could be just a matter of you have someone from outside of your household coming over for dinner. And so, it's, as we see on the news, these big parties that are taking place, that's not necessarily what's contributing towards these numbers. It can really be just as simple as having someone come over for dinner. In looking at the cases by location of residence, you can see that Yuba City within Sutter County has the vast majority, which is to be expected since we're the most populated area within Sutter County. And then I added this slide today just to show that the average age of the case in Sutter County is 37.2. A lot of people think that this is an older person's issue, but if you look at the age range, we have 0 to 17, probably looks about maybe 170 or so cases, 18 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54, and then you can see that it starts to taper off. So one thing that's come up in early August, there's a lot of questions about when can children return to schools? And so the state issued a waiver process for the in-person learning just for elementary education. So this is just TK through 6th. But basically, CDPH recommends that schools within jurisdictions with 14-day case rates greater than 200 cases per 100,000 population should not be considered for a waiver to reopen. So if you go back to that case rate for Sutter County, we would not even be able to apply for a waiver. Closed elementary schools and counties on the monitoring list within the prior 14 days may not open for in-person instruction until they've received approval of a waiver submitted to the local health officer. Again, this only applies to elementary schools, so TK through 6. So even if a school is a K through 8, those other grades, 7th and 8th, would not be part of this waiver process. And then prior to applying for the waiver, the applicant must consult with labor, parent and community organizations, and publish elementary school reopening plans on the website of the local educational agency. So I know that there's a significant impact to our community in terms of parents needing to stay home with their kids for virtual learning and assist their kids. But until the case count comes down to below that 200 cases per 100,000, just to be eligible for the waiver, that doesn't get us off the monitoring list, but this is just for the waiver. It's important for the public to understand that there is a process, but we aren't close to being eligible. City operations continue to be the same as they have been the last few weeks. City Hall's open Monday through Friday, Animal Services Tuesday through Saturday. The police department lobby continues to be closed to the public, and then all other facilities continue to remain closed to the public, other than Galshay Aquatic Park is open for limited periods of time for specific activities such as swim lessons and lap swimming. And with that, I will segue over to Community Services Director Brad McIntyre to give an update related to Parks and Recreation.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. As it relates to our Parks Department, as it states up there and has been since the beginning of summer, Regency Park and Shanghai Garden Park have splash pads. They are clearly being used a lot right now with the heat we have. 7 days a week. They start at 11 a.m. and then they shut down right around 7 p.m. Unfortunately, our playgrounds continue to be closed due to the health order. And as it relates to our recreation programs, we have currently provided over 300 swim lessons in the last 6 weeks to our community. We are still taking registration for participants starting next week, and it's a 2-week session that would begin next week, and those times would be 4:30, 5:15, 6, 6:45, and 7:30. We don't have a lot of participants right now in the morning or in the afternoon, obviously because of school taking place and with distant learning. So we have adjusted our schedule to the evening, and with limited staff, still have the ability to offer swim lessons. If anybody is listening and they are interested in signing up, they can call 822-4655, and our aquatic staff will be able to take your information and help you register. I'd gladly take any questions at this time. Thank you.
Do we have any public comment on the COVID situation?
None received.
Thank you. All right, we're good? All right, thank you very much.